It is revealed at the beginning of the film that 300 years have passed since the conclusion of the global conflict known as the World War. This suggests that a world war occurred within the past 300 years, resulting in widespread destruction across the planet. A spaceship filled with individuals from various countries is depicted. The spaceship's inhabitants have been discarding their waste on Earth. One day, a scientist discovers a robot in the trash. It is not an ordinary robot but one of its kind, equal parts human and machine. The scientist transports the robot to his home and fixes it flawlessly. The robot is used to construct a new body. The following day, the robot, which is female, awakens and is thrilled to receive a new body. The female robot then asks the scientist, "Who am I? How did I get here? Where did I come from?" The scientist is unaware of the woman's origin, so he tells her nothing. The doctor explains, "Your half-body was damaged when we found you in the trash. However, your mind was sound. Afterwards, we mended your body, indicating that a new human body has been attached to you." The doctor then shows her the world. The female robot gets excited, viewing the city and catching a glimpse of the spacecraft. She inquires of the scientist, "What exactly is it? Is this the real world?" The doctor tells her, it was the last remaining city after the World War, and its name is Sky City. Sky City has become a highly desirable destination, with a peaceful and enjoyable life that everyone aspires to. The upper class resides there, while the lower class inhabits our world. The doctor names the robot Alita. Alita is pleased to hear her name. The robot doctor also informs Alita that all residents of their land work for Sky City because Sky City has many fields, industries, and factories. After this, Alita meets a boy named Hugo. Hugo compliments Alita's body, noting its strength. Alita and Hugo become friends. That same night, a girl is murdered in the city. There is a career criminal in the city who kills girls and sells their body parts. That night, Alita witnesses the doctor returning home with blood-stained hands. She suspects that the doctor may be the killer behind the city's murders. The following day, the scientist's wife appears to meet him. They were divorced. It is revealed that the human body attached to Alita is actually the body of the scientist's daughter, who had passed away. Hugo invites Alita to join him in a game, a well-known game in the city. Alita fascinates others with her perfect gameplay and wins the game. Later, Hugo takes Alita to his favorite place, the roof of a building where the entire city can be viewed, including Sky City. There is also a large pipe. Hugo explains, "All objects come to Earth from Sky City through this pipe. I am struggling hard to go to Sky City. Remember, I will surely reach there." Alita asks, "How does Sky City look?" Hugo tells her, "The doctor discovered you in the garbage from Sky City. It implies that you originated from Sky City." However, Alita has no memory of it and has forgotten her past. The next day, the doctor goes out of the house, and Alita follows him. She understands that the doctor is not a killer. He is, however, a hunter-warrior. Hunter-warriors are those who hunt down criminals. The bodies of the criminals are later taken to the factory, where a hefty reward is given in exchange. At this point, Alita learns the truth about the doctor. At the same time, a serial killer approaches. This killer is the same assassin who has been murdering young girls, and he lives in the city. Alita courageously confronts the killer. She fights him fiercely, forcing him to flee. Alita manages to kill the other killer. Then, she and the doctor take the head of the assassin to the factory. There, they receive a reward of $20 for the head. Afterward, the doctor reveals his story to Alita. He explains how he came to be known as a hunter-warrior, and what led him to this life. He says, "It all started when my wife, daughter, and I were living together. One day, we created a robot. That robot entered their house and kidnapped their daughter. After this event, the doctor became furious with the robot he had created. He destroyed his own creation. Following this, the doctor became a hunter-warrior. Then, a man named Vector enters the scene. Vector is the head of the race game. It was Vector who organized this dangerous game. The doctor's wife is also seen with Vector. It is revealed that the doctor's wife is conspiring with Vector. Vector promised her that he would send her to Sky City. The doctor's wife is also a doctor and is employed by Vector. Next, we see the same robot that Alita had damaged. That robot goes to Vector and tells him, "Alita is responsible for the damage to my body." Vector mocks the robot, saying, "Have you returned after being beaten by a little girl?" The robot responds, saying, "She's not just a little girl, she's incredibly strong." Vector then instructs the robot, "Your mission now is to capture Alita and bring her to me, no matter the cost." Meanwhile, Hugo takes Alita to watch the race game. He tells her, the winner of this game is sent to Sky City. Hearing this, Alita becomes excited. Hugo then takes her to see a ship. He explains, "This is a ship from our enemies, 300 years ago." The ship fascinates Alita as she gazes at it. Without hesitation, Alita jumps into the water and boards the ship. Inside, Alita discovers a highly advanced body. She takes the body back to the doctor and asks him to transfer her head onto it. She wants to merge with this powerful body. However, the doctor refuses. He tells her, "This body is too powerful. It is equipped with advanced weapons, and it's dangerous for you. You will become so dangerous if this body is attached to you, too threatening. You could end up killing people and devastating the world." Alita becomes frustrated by the doctor's refusal. Afterward, Alita decides to go to the factory. She makes up her mind that she will become a hunter-warrior. She and Hugo go to a club where all the city's hunters are gathered. Alita challenges them, urging everyone to destroy Vector's robot. She tells them, it's the same assassin who has been killing people all over the city, and it must be stopped. One of the hunters mocks Alita, saying, "You're too small. How could you kill anyone? How did you even become a hunter-warrior?" In response, Alita fights him and knocks him to the ground. The other hunters are stunned by her strength. Meanwhile, Vector's robot arrives, now larger because the doctor's wife upgraded it. The robot attacks Alita, and she fights back fiercely. The robot retreats into a tunnel to escape, and Alita chases it underground. A brutal battle ensues between them, but in the end, the robot severely damages Alita, dismembering her body. Just then, Hugo and the doctor arrive. Together, they manage to defeat the robot and burn its body, but it escapes to save itself. The doctor takes Alita's broken body back home. With no other choice, he attaches the advanced body Alita found in the ship to her. The next morning, when Alita wakes up, she feels comfortable in her new powerful body, which is equipped with weapons and can even generate fire. Thrilled with her new body, Alita goes to meet Hugo and show him. Hugo is impressed and excited by Alita's upgraded body. During their conversation, Hugo tells Alita, "I want to go to Sky City, but you need scores to get there, and those scores can be earned either by killing someone or winning the race game." Hearing this, Alita offers Hugo her robotic heart, pulling it out and saying, "Take my heart, sell it. This way, you'll get enough scores to go to Sky City." Alita's robotic heart is not an ordinary one. It's extremely powerful, strong enough to supply electricity to the entire city for months. However, Hugo refuses and tells her, "I don't need your heart. You should keep it. Your heart is essential." He encourages her instead, "You should enter the race game. I'm sure you can win. If you win, we can both go to Sky City." Moved by his words, Alita agrees and prepares to compete in the race. She is determined to do it for Hugo because of her feelings for him. Later, Vector arrives and hires hunters and assassins to kill Alita. He tells them, "If you kill Alita during the race, I will give you 5 million scores, the key to getting to Sky City." Among the hunters is the same one Alita had defeated in the club. He wanted to take revenge on Alita for his humiliation. Now, he was planning to get his revenge by going after Hugo. After killing a man, he frames Hugo, causing Hugo to be accused of murder. As a result, Hugo starts being treated as a criminal. Meanwhile, Alita is participating in the race, which is about to begin. All the killers in the race see Alita as their opponent and attack her. But Alita holds her own, fighting and defeating them one by one. Then Alita receives a call from Hugo. He tells her that the hunter has become his enemy and is trying to kill him. Alita immediately leaves the race to save Hugo. When she arrives, she fights the hunter viciously. At the same time, the entire city learns that Hugo has become a wanted criminal, with a $30 reward for his capture. The city police arrive, intending to kill Hugo, as they all believe he is a criminal. They tell Alita to execute Hugo, but she refuses. However, the hunter attacks Hugo with a sword, fatally wounding him. Hugo begins to take his last breaths. At first, it seems Hugo is gone, but then the doctor's wife arrives. She tells Alita, "Cut off Hugo's head. We can attach his head to a new body and turn him into a robot." The doctor's wife, who has now become kind-hearted, wants to revive Hugo. Alita follows her instructions and removes Hugo's head in front of everyone. She takes his head to the doctor, who performs an operation and attaches it to a new robotic body. Hugo is revived, and both he and Alita are excited because he now has a robotic body like hers. Later, the doctor informs Alita that Vector has been deceiving everyone. He promises to send people to Sky City in exchange for large sums of money, but no one ever goes there. Only the residents of Sky City can live there. No outsiders can enter. The doctor also reveals, "My wife and I were born in Sky City, and we came down here to treat our daughter. But we became trapped in this world." Hearing this, Alita becomes furious and decides to kill Vector. She heads to the factory, where Vector's machines attack her. But Alita, with her powerful robotic body, defeats them all one by one. After destroying the machines and robots, she confronts Vector. However, Vector's robot appears and wounds Alita, causing her to fall. At this moment, Alita regains her lost memories. She remembers that she was once a warrior who fought in a great war that took place 300 years ago. All her friends and comrades perished in that war, and Alita herself was left for dead in the garbage. She recalls that the owner of Sky City was responsible for the death of her friends, and that her mission is to kill him. Overcome with emotion and anger, Alita fights back against Vector's robot, dismembering it with her sword. She then uses the same sword to kill Vector on the spot. Shortly after, the doctor calls Alita and informs her that Hugo is trying to climb up to Sky City using the pipes. Alita immediately goes after him. When she catches up to him, she tells Hugo, "You don't need to go to Sky City. There's nothing up there. We can live our lives here." Hugo agrees, but the owner of Sky City, watching from above, attacks them with a weapon. Hugo's body is severely damaged, and as Alita tries to hold on to him, she loses her grip, and Hugo falls to his death from a great height. Devastated by Hugo's death, Alita is overcome with grief and starts crying. Determined to avenge him, she vows to go to Sky City and kill its owner. Later it is revealed that Alita has won the race, and she points her sword toward Sky City, declaring, "I'm coming to kill you and avenge Hugo." The movie ends with this scene.